Every RV has one, the famous blue and yellow can buried in the past through storage next to the duct tape. And if you believe the internet, it fixes everything. Squeaky steps, sticky slide-outs, groaning awnings. Here is the truth. Mechanics are not hiding WD-40 from you. They know something better. That one does not belong on every part of your RV. And in 7 places, it can cost you thousands. Today you get the tricks that genuinely work, and the expensive mistakes to avoid forever. Number 17. Free rusty latches and exterior locks. Start with what the classic blue can does best. Freeing stuck metal. The name WD-40 literally means water displacement, 40th formula, and the standard multi-use product penetrates corroded parts like nuts, bolts, valves, and locks, while leaving a protective film. Your baggage doors, storage bay latches, and exterior locks live a brutal life of rain, road spray, and months of storage. When one sticks, do not force it, because a snapped plastic handle turns a free fix into a parts hunt. Spray a small amount on the metal pivot or linkage. Give it several minutes to creep in. Then work the latch slowly until it frees up. Wipe away every drop of excess, because an oily latch becomes a dust magnet. For a key cylinder, one brief shot into the keyway and a gently cycled key is plenty. Patience is about to save your screws. Number 16. Rescue seized screws before they snap. Own an RV long enough and you will meet the screw that refuses to move. A corroded trim screw. A rusted battery tray bolt. An awning fastener welded to its bracket by rust. Here is the hidden trick, and it is not the spray. It is the weighting. Most people spray a rusted fastener and instantly crank on it, which defeats the entire purpose. Spray the threads and the point where the head meets the surface, then walk away for several minutes. Badly corroded? Apply again and wait longer. Then use the correct size bit. Press straight and firm and work the fastener gently in both directions. The moment it moves, work it back and forth so the fluid travels deeper into the threads. And after it comes out, ask the real question. Why did it corrode? Find the water, or you only treated the symptom. Sticky residue meets its slippery enemy next. Number 15. Erase old sticker and tape residue. Every RV collects adhesive scars, faded decals, old campsite stickers, tape marks from a temporary repair. Loosening adhesive residue is one of the legitimate uses the manufacturer itself lists, and here is the safe method. Wash the surface first, because rubbing road grit across gel coat creates scratches while you remove glue. Spray a small amount onto a microfiber cloth rather than flooding the panel. Hold it over the residue, then wipe gently. For stubborn spots, use a plastic card, never a metal razor blade, and wash the area with vehicle-safe soap afterward. Now the warning that keeps this trick cheap. Never spray it on clear plastic lenses or panels, because WD-40 itself warns that clear polycarbonate and clear polystyrene can stress craze or crack. That warning returns later in this list, because it is worth real money. Every squeaky step is telling you something. Number 14. Quiet the entry step. The smart way? A squeaky entry step makes a well-kept RV sound neglected, and the fix takes 2 minutes if you do it right. On manual folding steps, spray a small amount only on the actual metal pivot points. Work the step open and closed and wipe off the excess. But treat the squeak as an invitation to look closer. Check for loose mounting bolts, cracked brackets, bent arms, rust around the welds, and a step that no longer locks firmly in position, because a step that folds under your weight is an injury, not an annoyance. If you have electric steps, slow down. Do not spray blindly at the motor, gears, wiring, or control module. A slow electric step can be a weak battery, a poor ground, or a failing motor, and drowning everything in lubricant only hides the evidence. Awnings demand a completely different can. Number 13. The awning trick. Most owners get backwards. Here is where this video earns its keep. Your awning has pivot joints, sliding channels, roller tube ends, and locking knobs, and for many of those, dry silicone beats the classic blue can. Silicone lubricant is designed for metal, rubber, plastic and vinyl, and it dries into a non-staining film that does not grab dirt the way an oily spray does. Carefree's own owner documentation says to lightly spray the awning rail and channels with dry silicone lubricant after cleaning and drying them. So extend the awning on a calm day, inspect the fabric and brush the dirt out of the joints first, because lubricant over dust makes gritty paste. Then apply a light shot of dry silicone to the pivots and channels and cycle the awning several times. And if the awning sits crooked or an arm is bent, stop spraying because lubricant does not repair alignment. Let me say one thing, and then I will not bring it up again. I have gathered these secrets and much more in a book over at rvsecrets.com. If you want it, it is in the comments and on the right side of the screen. That is all. Let us go further with the video. Number 12. Keep rubber door seals from sticking. The rubber seals around your entry door, baggage doors and windows dry out, stick to paint and creak as the body flexes down the road. This is another spot where the silicone can is the smarter grab because it is made for rubber, vinyl and plastic and dries clean instead of collecting grime. Clean the seal first and let it dry. Spray the silicone onto a microfiber cloth, not directly at the seal, so the overspray never reaches your windows or paint. Wipe a thin, even film along the rubber, then buff away the excess. Thin is the whole trick. One massive exception before you touch anything up top. Do not use ordinary petroleum-based sprays on EPDM roof membranes or their seals unless the manufacturer explicitly approves it. Door weather stripping and roof membrane are not the same material. Electricity and spray cans need strict rules. Number 11. Displace moisture. From damp connections, carefully. This trick is real, but it comes with rules because bad electrical advice causes fires. Moisture displacement is the original purpose of WD-40, and the company says the multi-use product is non-conductive and can displace moisture on electrical contacts, but it is honest about the limit. It is not a contact cleaner because it leaves a lubricating film behind, so treat this as a controlled emergency measure for a damp, disconnected, low-voltage connector, not a habit for every plug in the rig. The sequence is not optional. Turn off the power, disconnect shore power, disable the inverter, disconnect the battery near battery circuits. Confirm there is no propane smell, flame or hot component nearby because the aerosol itself is flammable. Apply, let the vapor fully dissipate and only then restore power. For routine contact cleaning, buy a dedicated electrical contact cleaner. Green crust on batteries hides real danger. Number 10. Battery terminals with the right. Can white and green crust on your battery terminals slowly strangles the flow of electricity, and in an RV that shows up as weak starts, charging trouble, and inverter gremlins. Here is the detail most videos skip. WD-40 itself recommends its specialist contact cleaner for corroded lead acid and deep cycle battery terminals, combined with a wire brush and a clean wipe, not the classic blue can. And the safety sequence matters more than the spray. Turn off your loads, disconnect shore power, and remove the negative cable first. Wear eye protection and keep sparks and metal jewelry far from the battery. Brush the corrosion off, clean and inspect the cable lugs while everything is apart. If the crust keeps returning, stop spraying and start investigating, because repeat corrosion points at overcharging, leaks, loose terminals, or a dying battery. Under the chassis waits a forgotten rescue. Number 9. Free the spare tire winch. Before the roadside, does your spare tire is the component you ignore until the worst possible moment. On travel trailers and motorhomes, the spare often hangs under the chassis on a winch or carrier, exposed to rain, road salt and coastal air, and the release latch and pivot corrode solid. The trick is timing. Inspect that carrier before a long trip in your driveway, not on a highway shoulder at night. A small amount of multi-use product on the release latch, the pivot, and any corroded fasteners worked several times, usually brings the mechanism back to life. While you are under there, check the cable, the hardware, and the spares pressure, 2 hard limits. Keep the spray off the tire tread and everything connected to the brakes. And if the winch cable is frayed or heavily rusted, replace it, because that cable holds a heavy wheel over the road. Bare metal begs for one light coat. Number 8. Temporary corrosion protection that actually works. The last trick is the simplest and the most honest. After you clean exposed metal hardware, give it a light protective coat. Latch hardware, small hinges, cleaned up screw heads, the tools rattling around a damp storage bay. A thin film of the multi-use product locks air and moisture away from bare metal, and that is exactly the job it was invented for. The technique is restraint. Light coat, wipe off the excess, done. Treat it as a routine you refresh, not a permanent coating, and know where the trick ends. Underbody equipment, high-load assemblies, and parts blasted by constant road spray deserve a dedicated corrosion inhibitor, proper grease or whatever the manufacturer specifies, because a light film is first aid, not armor. That closes the 10 tricks that work. Now the list flips, and this half of the video is worth more than the first. Now come the places that cost thousands. Number 7. Never spray clear plastic. Modern RVs are full of clear plastic. Light lenses, appliance covers, storage bin panels, shower parts. WD-40's own guidance warns that clear polycarbonate and clear polystyrene can craze and crack from the product. And crazing means a web of fine stress cracks spreading through the plastic. Once that happens, no cleaner brings it back, and you are shopping for replacement parts. The trap is that you usually cannot tell what a clear part is made from just by looking at it. So the rule is simple. If you do not know the material, do not experiment on the visible surface. Test a tiny hidden corner only if the manufacturer allows it, or skip the gamble and use a cleaner made for clear plastics. A hazy lens is an annoyance. A cracked one is a purchase. Propane and aerosols make terrible neighbors. Number 6. Never spray around propane or ignition. Sources: your RV carries open flames and hot surfaces in places a car never does. The furnace, the water heater burner, the refrigerator burner, the generator and its exhaust. Never spray a flammable aerosol on propane fittings, regulators, valves or burners, and never spray it near anything that sparks, glows or burns. And hear this clearly. Lubricant is not a leak detector, not a sealant, and not a repair material for a gas system. If you suspect a propane leak, shut off the supply, ventilate the rig, leave the electrical switches alone, and follow proper leak testing procedures. A suspect fitting is a job for the correct procedure and, when needed, a qualified technician. This is the one chapter where the money is not the point. The stakes here are higher than any repair bill in this video. Slide outs punish guesswork brutally. Number 5. Never spray the slide out without the manual. Here is where viral advice destroys expensive machinery. Your slide out is not generic. Rack and pinion, cable driven, hydraulic, Schwintek, all different, all with different rules. Venture RV says some slide tracks take silicone spray or dry moly lubricant, while its Schwintek systems need no lubrication at all. And a Monaco owner manual went further, warning that silicone lubricants and WD-40 were not recommended for certain moving parts because they evaporate and leave surfaces unprotected, and warning against petroleum products on slide seals. The same spray that is perfect on one system is specifically warned against on another. So when your slide gets noisy or slow, the answer is a sequence, not a spray. Identify your exact mechanism. Open the manual, clean out debris, inspect the alignment and seals. Then apply only the product your manufacturer names, exactly where it names it. Down at the dump valve, trouble waits. Number 4. Never use it on the black tank valve. A sticky dump valve makes every trip to the sewer connection a wrestling match, and the temptation to blast the blue can at it is enormous. Resist it. The gate valve on your black and grey tanks operates through rubber seals, and petroleum products can harm some of those seal materials. Worse, a product never designed for a waste system has no business inside one. The correct answer is an RV-specific valve lubricant that is compatible with the seals, applied the way its label describes. And if the valve stays stubborn after proper lubrication, stop and diagnose. Inspect the cable for kinks, the gate for debris, and the seals for wear. A valve replacement is a modest, known cost. A contaminated waste system with ruined seals is a bigger, uglier one, and you will meet it at the worst moment. Grip is the next thing at stake. Number 3. Never touch. Tire tread or belts. 2 rubber surfaces on your rig survive on grip, and lubricant is their natural enemy. First, tires. Never use the spray as tire shine or tire cleaner because tread exists to grip the road, and your braking distance, stability in rain, and blowout safety all ride on it. Keep every lubricant away from the contact surface of a vehicle that weighs as much as yours does. Second, belts. A squealing engine or generator belt is a symptom with a cause. Wear, misalignment, incorrect tension, a failing bearing, or contamination. Spraying the belt silences the messenger while the fault underneath keeps growing, and a belt that finally lets go takes your charging and cooling with it. Diagnose the noise and fix the cause. Silence bought with a spray can is not a repair. It is a delay with interest. Brakes forgive nothing. Remember that. Number 2. Never let it near the brakes. This should be obvious, and it still happens constantly because people spray lubricants near wheels all the time. Never spray anything on brake rotors, drums, pads, shoes, calipers, or your trailer's electric brake components, and never spray blindly through the wheel spokes to chase a squeak. Brake friction surfaces are the only thing standing between a loaded RV and the stop traffic ahead, and a contaminated surface loses exactly the performance you need most. A brake squeal is a request for diagnosis, so answer it with an inspection, not an aerosol. And if product ever accidentally reaches a braking surface, do not shrug and drive. Clean the components according to the brake manufacturer's procedures, or have the system inspected first. Every other mistake in this video costs money. This one can cost far more than that. One roof mistake tops them all. Number 1. Never put it on your rubber roof. The number 1 warning sits right above your head. Many RVs wear an EPDM rubber membrane roof, and Decor, a major RV roofing supplier, warns against cleaners and conditioners containing petroleum solvents because they can cause irreparable roof damage. Petroleum distillates can swell EPDM rubber, discolor it, and compromise its attachment to the roof structure. Read that word again. Irreparable, not stained, not ugly, ruined. So never use the blue can as a roof cleaner, never use it on roof stains, and never spray any roof seal without confirming the exact material and the manufacturer's recommendation. Oily products on a walkable roof also create a slip hazard with a 12-foot fall attached. Clean your roof with a product made for your exact roof material and nothing else. This is the entire video in one lesson. The real hidden trick was never one miracle can. It is matching the right product to the right material, spraying lightly, wiping the excess, and letting your owner's manual outrank every viral hack. Do that, and the blue and yellow can earns its place in your RV for good.